around on your screen, as you can see. SKADE on the CT side. Okay, I wasn't sure. There must have been a knife round that we just don't get to see. I didn't even get to catch it either on the feed that I have. But they're, of course, over here on the CT side of Overpass, and they also begun on the CT side of Mirage. So let's see how this one's going to go. Early on, a little bit of aggression being spotted over towards middle. Not sure how many players they actually saw, but did, of course, just leave Spellin initially off that B peak to go have a little bit of a gander in towards middle, see what was going on. Phoenix slowing things down now, though, and bringing it back towards Connector. I think they've made quite a bit of noise, though, so Rainwaker is cautious of this right now. Rockin' flanking around. If he goes quick enough, he maybe could catch him off guard, but it looks like he's going to be going in towards middle instead. So this could be dangerous. If this commitment comes in towards B, it's only going to be this one player up close on short to hold it down initially, so he's going to have to try and get a couple kills to actually slow it enough. And here we go, Thomas on his own, pushing in towards A. There's a player also pushing up through short right now, being Mighty Max, so let's see how long he can actually hold him for, because he's also getting flanked through the bathrooms. Eventually goes down to Raftu, but in the meantime, that bomb getting planted on B. Only now does SKADE realize, of course, that they've been bamboozled a little bit. They do have a defuse kiss, so it's still winnable. Both players looking to just try and come in from the spawn. One pushed up close in graffiti already. That's Robin, and they don't expect it. Pops out, quick headshot on the Glock on towards Raftu, and Rockin' trying to escape is going to be peeked and destroyed by Crucial. Who's going to win map 2? I see Poke Girl asking. I'm not sure. I mean, on paper, on paper, it definitely is the better map for SKADE, but Phoenix, they seem to match up well against SKADE. I think it might be just their very aggressive play style. Picking up the pistol around here on Overpass is a good start as well, but let's see. It's once the guns come out that we'll really get to see what's going on. But of course, SKADE have gone for the investment right now, so they've spent everything, confident in themselves, maybe being able to pull this one off. A scout, some pistols, an MP9, and Rainwaker in a lot of trouble already in towards barrels. Gets spammed down a little bit on top of that molly, and of course the nade that came in. Oh, destroyed. Okay. Nice shot by Rainwaker, able to cross back over as well. So he's in the pit now in a slightly safer position. Man advantage for SKADE. Two-man advantage, rather, sorry, of course. This is getting a bit difficult. 2 AK still in play, but the amount of damage that's being put in right now, SKADE are stealing it away. Spellin from heaven on the scout, going to be able to finish off the tagged up Robin, and suddenly it's all on Mighty Max now. 1 versus 2 as he gets one. Spots the player coming out of Monster as well, but long range on the Mac-10, that's not the weapon you want to have for that fight. Goes down to the AK, and SKADE, they steal it away. And do so quite convincingly, so they're able to retrieve a few weapons out of it. Minimalize their own investments slightly. Get some extra utility to back up those rifles, and of course the SMG that Raftu has decided to rock in this round. But Phoenix aren't going to give it up. They're coming back in with a force buy of their own. Where am I from? I'm from Ireland. From Dublin, the capital. Oh, this is very aggressive. Denny wasn't being quiet either, so I think Robin should be aware that there is someone pushed up close, and he was definitely being somewhat cautious, but Deagle up against M4. The M4 definitely favoured, comes out on top of that duel, and a second one as well, but think down low. Needs to be a little bit more careful now. Doesn't want to drop that M4 and potentially give it away to Phoenix. A nice 5-on-2 now as he actually extends it even further. A triple kill already for Denny. He may be able to find another, but Surreal on the Deagle holding the angle. I was going to say only needs one to the body, but isn't able to make it happen. 4 for Denny. Cleans up the force buy. And has a chance to try and do it again. This one from Phoenix. Just going to be the default pistols, most likely. Can't even really afford to upgrade the P250s or anything. See someone asking about GG.BET. Of course, if you want to check out the odds for this matchup over there, go ahead and do so. Hashtag Salo. Full eco, apart from they do actually upgrade a few P250s. They're getting themselves 2400 in the next round, so they'll still be able to get the rifles and some utility to back it up, but it's not going to be an amazing buy coming in from Phoenix. Question is, can they actually find anything here in this round? Playing very passive right now, waiting to see if anyone from SKADE is going to push forward and close the distance. That's what they want with those pistols. Oh, and they do get a bit of a chance. Peek in from Connector, crucial, able to trade out his teammate, but the MP9 also coming in from Raftu, having that second player pinned in the corner. Thomas was already tagged up as well by Rockin, who had been spamming away, so wasn't much that he could do about that one. Only Robin now 1-on-4, P250 as well in his hands, but I doubt he's going to be able to find much holding for the monster push. I don't think Rainwaker's actually going to go forward. He's just playing the angle, trying to see if he can spot the legs, and eventually does, but ends up being the one coming out a little bit worse from the battle. Down to 4 health, doesn't want to stick around, lets his teammates deal with it instead. As I said, Phoenix, they're going to get the buy here, but they spent a little bit in the previous round, so a few less flashes maybe than they would have had otherwise. But it's okay. They have the 5 AKs. They have the basics at least coming into this first real gun round now. We see Raftu keeps the MP9, but that's the only real weakness for SKADE. Other than that, an op for Denny, which of course was one of the more important weapons for them when they finally got going back on Mirage. Denny was doing a lot with AWP. Let's see if he's going to be able to find it here right now around the bathrooms on his own towards this A side of the map, actually. Has already heard, of course, that there is at least a few players lurking around middle, so has called for the rotation to come up. Has Rockin coming in to help out. And Rainwaker. He's also making his way up. Yeah, they're taking a big gamble right now. They're really presuming that it is going to be the full-on A commitment. There's still a lot of time. Right now, Phoenix just trying to see what they can find. Get some map control for themselves to work with. And it doesn't look like they want to challenge Denny too hard over towards long anymore. Kind of just letting them keep the long side of the bathrooms. Focusing elsewhere, and now deciding to actually make their way back down through Connector. If they go quickly, it's only going to be Spellin up close on Monster. I think there is a player who can quickly rotate down into Heaven, but well-placed smoke, of course, could block him off as well. Oh, going for the boost. I think they did make a little bit of noise, though. Oh, may still work out. Thomas can't quite get the angle that he spotted over towards the pillar. Oh, that's unfortunate. They just need to get going. Less than 40 seconds remaining at this point. The commitment already coming in, but as we can see, SKADE, they've rotated down. They're ready to try and hold it. Rockin picks up the opening headshot, and for now, the smoke's kind of keeping them at bay. Eventually, Surreal gets one boosted up over it, but leaving Thomas alone now in a 1-on-4. Slim to none in terms of chances for him, and won't even be able to catch that aggression from Rockin up through short. He spams away at the body. A little bit of BM. 4-1. SKADE, as I presumed, looking a lot better on Overpass early on. Phoenix have only played this, I think, like a bit more than a few times in the past few months, but even then they haven't had too many victories on it. It's not a great map for SKADE either. I mean, it's pretty good. Probably is one of their better maps. It's definitely in the top 2 or along there, but what I mean is it's not like they've had the most amazing results on it, so I did think, okay, maybe Phoenix can still put up a little bit of a fight, but so far at least, it seems like SKADE looking good. I was just worried by the overall performance that we've seen from them back on Mirage. Opening kill, of course, did go in favor of Phoenix here in this round, though. Surreal has an AK to work with. It was Robin on the Deagle. He found the opening kill, but did get taken down low, so it's not like they're in a super favorable position. Not having all the weapons to work with either. Definitely outclassed in that regard, so let's see how it's going to go. Surreal pushed up close on short, waiting to see if he's going to be able to find a little bit of a time to pounce, maybe once that smoke fades away. But they do still have a minute. Oh, another smoke going down. A little bit of a gap in it, actually. Yeah, maybe able to hold this angle, see if the op peeks up from Monster, but decides against it. Would have been pretty easy for his legs to be spotted as well if Denny was to peek in. It's a full-on B stack, pretty much. 3 players down on B, they then just have Rainwaker up towards A, just jump peeking for info. And it looks like he is going to be tested. With just over 30 seconds remaining, Phoenix have begun to sprint back up through Connector. They know they have the toilets control. They already had one pushed up, being a little bit of a nuisance on that Eagle. And up close on long already. I was going to say Mighty Max is going to be unexpected there by Spellin. But he didn't even need to pop in. It was his teammate instead. It was Surreal on the deagle to take one. A couple trades do come back as Denny looks to see what else he can find from the steps. But the bomb needs to get planted right now. Robin just has to stick it. Fortunately, no grenades in play for SKADE, but there is the flank. Rainwaker coming in. It was actually from Bank, not the flank. Able to get himself a second headshot as well. So now it's all on Robin. 60 in health and 2 low HP players, to be fair. But he's only able to get one before going down. It was the head just slightly exposed of Denny. But it also gave Rainwaker the time to push up and close in the distance, of course, so he was ready to trade it out. But a very close round. Again, Phoenix didn't have much to work with in that. They had that one AK. They had just deagles mostly. So the fact that they're able to bring it down to a 1 versus 1, get the bomb plant, do some good damage, it's not a bad result, but they need to start getting some rounds going soon. I think this is the first one the first op we've seen, rather, for Crucial here so far. Considering he was like, what, 22 and 9 at one point on that previous map, most of the kills being with the op, it's definitely a weapon that they do somewhat rely on, especially early round from what we've seen. Oh, unfortunately not going to be winning this one out though. Then he went for a little bit of a late peek on lower mid. That wasn't expected. Normally if you go for that, it's in the opening seconds rather of the round, and you've seen, of course, Crucial was expecting it maybe to come in from up on party. Caught off guard. A couple more kills then as well going in favour of SKADE. We didn't get to catch that one over towards Monster, but Thomas was trying to see if he could maybe pull something back. Got a little bit adventurous. I don't even think he pushed out too far himself. I'm pretty sure he got just swung on by 2 players. So it's only Surreal and Mighty Max. And oh, Denny could get caught off guard. Yeah, doesn't expect Mighty Max to be pushed up in the bathrooms already. That's only 1 kill. If he had got that second one on towards Spellin, I think it was also up close in the bathrooms, then suddenly they could have had a chance to just commit onto A and only have to deal with Rockin'. But for now, 55 seconds and they're still quite heavily outnumbered. Snuck down towards the stairs. Flash goes over, actually perfect. Rockin' completely blinded. Unfortunately, not able to finish off the second player being Raftu. Taken low, but as you can see, Surreal going to walk into the crossfire, so the low HP isn't even a factor for Raftu. It was Spellin that was being looked at either way. But there's just nothing you can do there. You walk into a crossfire like that, you have an op to work with. It's, at best, you hit that first shot and then you just get shot in the back. So a little bit unlucky. 6-1. Another gun round going in favour of SKADE, looking much, much better right now. Everyone performing as well. There's no one really standing out massively. Ooh, Surreal. Very aggressive early on. There was Molotov down towards short, but dropping a smoke on it immediately. They had their own Molotov down as well, stopping anyone from actually getting aggressive around water. So a lot of control early, but the boost coming in. It's fine by Rockin'. Surreal goes down. You're seeing kind of one player there from Monster was spamming away a little bit, just trying to act as a little bit of a distraction. Worked out perfectly. It seems like Phoenix just want to straight up commit B off the back of this. Yeah, Crucial, like, he just got spammed down through the smoke. Robin eventually returns 2 for Monster, but he's already lost quite a few teammates. Even with those 2 quick headshots, they're still looking at a man disadvantage. And let's see, I mean, if he takes down Rockin' right now, the B-bomb site would be open, but it's not going to happen. Rockin' takes his second of the round, and now it's all on Mighty Max. Sure, he's creeped forward towards this A bomb site, but unfortunately the bomb is all the way back in spawn, so he ain't getting the bomb planted anyway. Let's put it that way. He needs to just see if he can get these kills, I guess, or else go for a save. There we go. Catches 1. Then he goes down, but now he only has 30 seconds, and unfortunately, they should realize he doesn't have the bomb on him immediately, and you can see Rockin' actually pushing all the way through the spawn is going to find the bomb. So yeah, this one's over. It's not possible for him to make it into spawn, get the bomb, and bring it back to the bomb site anymore. All you have to see is Spellin run away. Rockin', he doesn't even have to hold the bomb anymore. He can just back away as well. 7-1. Phoenix are not really able to take flight so far here on Overpass. There we go. He's at least able to save the AK. Unfortunately, though, it does kind of leave them with a slightly unbalanced economy. You see Robin could buy if he wanted the rest of them, though. If they wanted AKs, would have to go to just body armor. So I'd expect a little bit of a half buy here. Yeah, you see already the Deagle and body armor for Surreal. Having a look at the odds again, as I said, of course, on GG.BET. Right now, SKADE with a 1-4 odds, I believe that was. So they're definitely leading the way over there for this map. It seems like GG.BET do expect SKADE to be able to close this one out, but I don't know. Maybe Phoenix can still have a little bit of an opportunity. It's not quite as one-sided as it was when we seen Phoenix leading like 9-3 or whatever it was at one point, or 9-2. I think they had like 1 odds in comparison to like 11 for SKADE. Which we did end up seeing that game coming back into a fairly close scoreline in the end as well. But I mean, Phoenix right now on the T side definitely struggling. They have gone for the full buy on towards Robin and Crucial. Robin has $400, he'll be getting 3,400, so I mean, it's not like he won't be able to buy in the next round either way. And if they're able to get some kills, then they'll be all good, considering they have the full loss bonus if they get a bomb plant as well. So they're just giving themselves some extra chances here to try and finally pick up some more rounds. As they group up in the bathrooms. Oh, okay. Spellin was ready for that one. Surreal just kind of stepped into the spam. Got his head ripped off. Shadow must have been spotted, I would imagine. Gets himself a second before eventually going down. And as you can see, the off posted up on the angle as well. Molotov goes in then to make things a little bit more awkward for Thomas. It actually didn't go far enough, but it does make it a little bit harder for him to see what's actually going on behind it, of course. He's got the bomb, but he's kind of trapped around the headshot angle right now. Just has his head down trying to hide. Pops up. There's one on bomb site, one on stairs, and one on the truck. If he manages to get these kills and come out on top of this one alive, it would be a miracle, but only one being found before he eventually falls, and it's the same fate for Mighty Max. Traded back on Rockin' at least, but Denny playing around the bomb site on the op going to be there to close it out. 2 kills between the top and the bottom fragger right now for SKADE. Denny up there on 9 with Raf2. 8 on both Rockin' and Spellin, and Rainwaker with 7. They're all contributing when it's needed. Phoenix, I mean, they're all looking pretty similar on the scoreboard as well, but none of them have really got a chance to do too much. So far, it's just been all SKADE here. Another buy again from Phoenix, but they didn't get the bomb plant. They didn't really get many kills anyway. At least not on the players where it mattered most. So, unfortunately, a little bit more limited than they'd hoped to be. Robin goes for Diglil to get utility anyway. I think he probably could have got the AK, but was willing to sacrifice. Go for a quick A play here, it looks like. Yeah, just burst it up out of connector and immediately try and commit up through short. Spellin again taking 2 kills, this time without even getting damaged at all. I maybe jinxed it a little bit. As Smoke takes a while to put that Molotov out as well, but it's on long now where he gets caught off guard. Mighty Max creeping up with the UMP, able to get 1. He has been spotted falling back off somewhat though, so what is the plan for Phoenix? 2 players still up close on short, so it looks like he wants to try and just reunite with them and try and push in together. Thomas holding on the creek, waiting for someone to make that mistake and give them the opening that they need in towards this bomb site, because again, it's 3 players already in position to hold it down. This seems to be the case every single time. Phoenix are not having any easy bomb sites right now. Oh, Thomas going to go down already. Some damage at least onto Denny, but he's right now just hiding at the back of the bomb site setup again with another teammate, but Mighty Max manages to find 3. Quick headshot spray down. The final player creeped out on the truck. It looked like he may have been somewhat cautious of it. He is going to be jacking it, but isn't able to actually finish it off. 6 health for Rockin' is what he survives on. But now it's SKADE that are rocking 9 rounds to the 1 of Phoenix. This is just... I mean, there's been some close rounds. As you can see, the money isn't too good for SKADE, so they haven't really built up much economy. So there's still the chance that Phoenix pick up 2 rounds back-to-back. Suddenly SKADE have a very weak economy, but... I mean, so far it seems like once it comes down to the clutch situations, SKADE are just coming out on top of them every single time. Seems like they're just a little bit more experienced there on Overpass. This time just grouping up straight outside B. They've already got no utility apart from a single flash on Crucial. He is the op, so he's probably going to sit back and see if he can pick anyone off. as his teammates kind of move forward a little bit first out through Monster, but for the moment another smoke goes down, so it seems like whatever plan they had in mind is kind of being foiled. They do still have the B water control as well though, so I mean we probably will see them eventually commit towards B, but they're not showing presence elsewhere. Fortunately SKADE aren't aggressive around A, so they don't know for a fact that there's no one pushing around that area, so no flanks or anything for the moment. Well, let's see as the push comes in now. Already 3 players in position of potential quick rotation as well. Robin ends up with a team kill somehow. Eventually redeems himself by taking down Denny on the bomb site as well. And with that now a 2-on-3. Make that a 1-on-1. How has it come back into this position? Both players load. A nade goes in. Robin, it isn't going to be connecting against them. But right now he has the AWP. He should know Spellin is low. I'd like to see him trade that out towards a rifle. Question is, does he get the bomb down? Yeah, and he just immediately went to stick that one, of course, and with Spellin rotating all the way around, wasn't at risk. Is the connector door open? No. Oh, that is horrible for Spellin. He was relying on this being open because now he has to, of course, give away his position as he opens it. Robin coming in for the peek either way and doesn't hit it. He didn't really need to go for that. Tried to catch Spellin off guard, but being already scoped in, it's just an extremely slow peek. Definitely could have played the time a little bit better there on the bomb. 10-1. Getting a close round, but it doesn't matter. If they're close at this point, it's just Phoenix need the round wins. At the minimum, they want those 5 rounds to feel somewhat happy going into the second half. So it's all or nothing right now for Phoenix. Again on the bye with the full loss bonus still rolling rather, and they did of course get the bomb plant as well. Hoping they've been spotted now. That jump peek from Rockin finds out that there is at least a few players over towards B water. Opening kill from Thomas. Rainwaker able to get one and do some damage before going down, so he definitely keeps this viable for SKADE rather. And combining that with the opposite Spellin, the M4 are rocking, and a rock solid B hold in general on his own pretty much. It does leave only Mighty Max. Gets himself 1 left against another 2. Okay, quick headshot onto Rockin. The bomb looking to be retrieved, but I don't think he knows that that final player was also coming in from connector, so could be dangerous. Almost rather gets caught off guard with that smoke in hand. Manages to get it down. Can he retrieve the bomb? Will manage to do so. Oh no, he actually didn't, and ends up getting caught just coming back out of the smoke. He didn't manage to drop the smoke deep enough. I think the bomb was actually out of it a little bit, so that is awkward, but a very nice try from Mighty Max, but again, just not enough. They need the round wins. Phoenix is NA. No, Phoenix has 3 UK players, a Dutch player, and a Swede. And then SKADE are all Bulgarian, I believe. Oh, that nade slowed Mighty Max down so much and just made him a very, very easy target right there for Denny. Already a man advantage for SKADE. This is an eco from the majority of Phoenix. Robin, although he spent quite a bit more than the rest of them, still has plenty to buy in the next round, of course, because the full loss bonus is still flowing. As a somewhat slow round yet again here from Phoenix. They're not really getting a lot. As I say, that Crucial walks out long and just destroys Spellin. Gives him a little bit of an opening. Gets tagged down through the box by the AWP, but not all that substantially. Oh, Denny blinded though. Rushed down on the truck. Rockin trying to see what he can find back. There was 3 players on the truck right there. Managed to only take 1 before going down. The nade does some pretty good damage though from Rainwaker, and this is still definitely winnable for the CT side, but with Raftu being so low, it could be dangerous. Gets taken down by that peek from Surreal, and now it's all on Rainwaker pushing forward. And finally Phoenix are able to come out on top of one of those chaotic rounds. We've seen it so many times. That's the 1v1 over to Phoenix, and look at the money. I don't know, I can't see the scoreboard right now. Hopefully the Observer will bring that up at some point, but I don't know how many of those rounds, I think it was quite a few rounds in a row even, that potentially went down to the 1v1, if not just a couple in there where there was a couple players surviving for SKADE, but they didn't take any clean rounds in quite a while. So it was about time Phoenix eventually got one for themselves. And I mean, if they can bring this back up to 4, then it is still recoverable. They do need 4, let's be real. We see SKADE just taking the eco right now. They'll be able to buy in the next round, getting themselves only $1,900, so it's not going to be great, but they're looking to try and play for the 12 rounds anyway. B commitment already coming in. 3 players in Graffiti, so that could maybe catch them off guard. Let's see. Surreal, if he was to throw a Molotov in, that would have been perfect. Throws it on the right side instead and ends up getting destroyed by Rockin'. Okay. Traded back, so the weapon's not going to be picked up or anything, but I don't think they're aware of the fact there's any more players in Graffiti, of course. Or rather, they aren't aware of the fact, so this, again, could still kind of catch them off guard. Eventually, that card will be played, so they've popped out, but so far, the rifle's still looking a little bit better. Still some good damage. I mean, Robin on 1 health, if Raftu can finish them off, only leaving 2 players surviving the reinvestment in the next round. Could be a little bit awkward, but nah, it's not going to be. All the players have enough to buy for themselves. Surreal, he can get plenty for himself. I think the other 2 will probably just take drops for the sake of getting utility. I was thinking maybe that 1 more kill could have damaged the buy in this round for Phoenix, but didn't work out. Final round of the half, 11-3. Either way, SKADE are going to be very happy with the CT side, but if they can bring it up to 12, they'll be in a great spot to just try and close this out, especially if they can get that second pistol. Already the opening from Spellin. There's 3 players pushing through Monster right now for SKADE. 2 players actually pushing through. They've left 1 in case anyone tries to creep around on short. So that's a good idea. Full control though outside of Monster right now from SKADE, and if they were to push a little bit further, they likely would find the bomb on. Easy kill for Raftu. Crucial had no idea that they had actually got aggressive through Monster. Despite his teammate going down, they didn't think he'd actually push through, because it's not very common, let's be real. Can't blame him too much. Surreal trying to see what he can get done in return from Connector. Opens up the door, and so far neither player to actually connect the shot, so a little bit of a stalemate for the moment. Under a minute remaining though. The bomb heading over towards outside Monster, so it looks like they do want to try and actually potentially bring this towards B. But to do so, they're going to have to regain control of B Water right now, and there's 2 players for them to try and actually take down. I was going to say walking into a crossfire, but Mighty Max just destroys them. Okay. He didn't have to do much on map number 1, but we've seen quite a few strong rounds out of him here so far on Overpass. 3-on-3, but the health's still not looking great for Phoenix. I was going to say the op in heaven could have been a danger as well, but they get that smoke down to block him off. The bomb will be planted, and a boost on default is not expected. Mighty Max is just going ham right now, just all headshots. Leaving only Denny and Spellin without a defuse kit as well, but they've got to go for it the final round of the half. Of course, the flash goes in. Robin is the one to take the headshot this time. And Surreal to close it out on towards Spellin. 11-4. Phoenix recover well with 3 rounds towards the end, to be fair, but still it's going to be tough for them to actually get back into this one overall. If they pick up the pistol, if they get that first gun round, that's when I'll start believing. And here we go. This pistol round, of course, is going to be very important, especially for Phoenix. SKADE definitely want to pick it up. I mean, I'm not too sure how strong their T-side is here on Overpass. I'd imagine it's pretty good. This is their map choice, of course. I haven't actually got to see them play before, so I'm a little bit unfamiliar with them, to be honest. Setting themselves up for a quick B split. Nice smoke going down. That cuts off 3, actually 4 players from being able to rotate down to B and help quickly, because that was their goal, clearly. Get the connector control, maybe take the B water control as well, and sandwich in on any potential B push. Or if not, already have the stack on mid for a quick A play. Mighty Max on the B bomb site right now in trouble. Needs to try and stay alive for as long as he can in the pit, but it's not going to be easy. Peeks out and goes down to Denny, but the rotation already has come in. It was from Crucial and Robin. They both managed to chime in with their own damage, but again, being brought back. It's now the 2 versus 2. Robin from short. Thomas coming in from the spawn. Spellin gets up close towards short. The Glock is very difficult to deal with at close range, especially when you're already on low health. which both of these Phoenix players are. Make it now just one. Robin all alone needs the quick headshot pretty much and jumping around the corner. Beginning the run low on time already. It was looking a little bit desperate. 12-4. SKADE pick up the second pistol round and continue to increase their lead. Force buy coming in from Phoenix, so they don't want to play for the buy early here. They're pretty much putting all of their bets on being able to pull off this force buy if they want to have a chance to pull back the make it happen, rather, actually make that comeback happen. So this is going to be tough. Mag 7 up close towards Monster / short. There is a bit of pressure being put on towards the B-bomb site, but it doesn't look like they're going to be committing anytime soon. Just trying to run down whatever little utility Phoenix may actually have. Also, of course, dish out some damage, which was successful on towards Surreal. A little bit of an ace stack now, I believe, coming in. It looks like, yeah, it seems like Phoenix do have a bit of a read on this one. They've already begun to actually bring up Thomas, I believe, with that Mag 7. Set him up on the A-bomb site. Oh, Robin. Took him a little while to realize they were already pushed in too long. Bit of a miscommunication, potentially. Nice play. Denny waiting for that player in bank as well to try and swing out on the Spellin, who he knew was up close on the van, then pops out with him completely open. An easy kill and an easy round for SKADE. Force buy not going to be successful at all for Phoenix. Now they're just looking to try and save over the Kevlar and the Deagles. Give themselves something to work with in this next round, where otherwise they are just going to be full eco. Yeah, no one hunting from SKADE, as you would imagine. I was saying we're kind of setting themselves up to maybe get a couple exits here. You can see peeking out. I don't think it's worthwhile them really risking anything. They kind of need these pistols to work with here in this round. Are they going to force buy up? I wouldn't be too surprised if they did, but I'd prefer if they go for the 1 eco and get the buy in the next round. And although I don't think they're going to be able to make the actual comeback happen to get the win, getting a few rounds at least, as I said, similar to what SKADE done at the end of Mirage, where they were able to get a few rounds going and get a bit of their own confidence before going on to the next map. That's what you do want to see from them. Game sound off. Now there just wasn't much going on right there. It was a long save. Ooh, the head being spotted on the boost. I was gonna say not actually connecting, but Surreal did get dinked down to 55, I think, through the top of the wood. Thomas looking to try and peek aggressive into short, alongside a couple players swinging on the ramp, and that could have worked out. That would have been very difficult for them to deal with if Spellin hadn't walked out Monster and just kind of had 3 players with their sides exposed to him. So he was able to kind of ruin that plan. One player in connector. Oh, Rainwaker trying to jump up for the peak, gets dinked down to 18. And now it's dangerous because there's a couple players in connector, there's a couple players on that B-bomb site. And although they do have Denny right now actually creeping up onto the A, it's still a little bit awkward. He needs to deal with these two so that they can go back towards A, or else come actually just give them the assistance. So we'll be able to get one of them. There's still a second player that I don't think they're aware of right now. So yeah, Crucial able to catch Spellin off guard. Retrieves a Galil, knows that there's another player up close. What he doesn't know is Rainwaker is very low on health, and he actually has the bomb in his possession, so he's not going to stick around the fight. Oh, Denny should be able to cut off the rotation to the spawn at least, but still, it's dangerous. Thomas will eventually get that return. He gets himself an AK now. 2v2 with just over 30 seconds, and still Rainwaker, he's yet to take this bomb on towards the site. He can't do so. He needs Rockin to come in and try and clean up the bathrooms where he knows there is someone lurking around. Crucial still being such a nuisance and pretty much confirming them the round at this point. 18 health for Rainwaker. I don't imagine there's much he can do with a player up close on the truck and one close on short. And there indeed is going to go down, trying to clear out bank. Phoenix able to make it work with the force buy. SKADE are just going to go back in for a buy immediately themselves. It's not bad, so you do understand that they know, of course, Phoenix actually investing into this round. They're going to leave themselves with not much money, because they had fully invested into that previous round as well. It's not like they were on a full eco, so SKADE, if they can just instantly return the favor here and reset Phoenix back down onto pretty much a full eco, then this one will be over and done. So we need Phoenix to actually start building up some momentum here for themselves, get a few rounds back to back, and potentially we could see them recover in here on overpass. But again, as I said, I think it's kind of mainly them trying to warm up now before we go on to train, where they should be feeling a lot more comfortable. B push looking to come in from SKADE. The smoke down around the pillar makes things a little bit more difficult, but Mighty Max just going to have his back rather completely exposed to him. That was rocking. He gets to kill himself and had the assistance come in instead from the pit. Eventually takes one for himself on towards Denny, leaving only Raph 2. 27 health, the nade's perfect. That is unfortunate. Bounces down the ramp and lands right behind his feet. And there we go. SKADE do actually have to take the eco now. So we should be looking at 7 for Phoenix. Uncontested, most likely in this round. I mean, there is a P250, a little bit of a chance for them to maybe overwhelm someone, but the only thing that overwhelms anyone in this round is the Molotov. Rockin', Rainwaker, and Spellin all got caught in it, and combining with the spray from the M4 or Robin, there wasn't much that they could do. He gets himself another on towards Denny, looking for the ace potentially. Rafto is coming in for connector, so he has the chance for sure, and there we have it. Some confidence for Robin. He hits 20 frags. 13-7. Only 6 in the difference. So yeah, this is definitely still recoverable by Phoenix. Especially if they can take this round right here. Then again, another eco for SKADE. At that point, 13-9. And suddenly it's a very close one. It is, of course, still a CT-sided map. No WAP in this round either for SKADE. Then he still has a scope, but it's on the SG553 instead. Crucial with his scope looking to get aggressive towards connector. No one here for the moment though, so not going to be having a challenge. Instead, all of SKADE grouping up outside Monster. They want to go for a quick B hit, and it could be dangerous because there's still a lot of utility left on this CT side to slow it down. The only thing is that they're contacting out a Monster rather, and yeah, they had no idea. No one was actually spotting it actively. Surreal hears the footsteps and kind of panics a little bit. Good damage onto Mighty Max as he drops down into the pit, getting dropped to 20 health. The smokes right now, nothing really happening apart from eventually Thomas spamming in from heaven getting one. He doesn't last too long either though. A 4-on-4, the rotations coming in, and once these smokes go, this is where it's really going to kick up a notch. Surreal able to get one spot out the second player around the pillar as well. Spellin gets dropped. Rainwaker rather, planting that bomb, but he's only able to get one kill afterwards before going down. Leaves it all onto Denny, gets the opening headshot, and almost able to actually catch that player creeping out of heaven. If he did, it would have been winnable because Mighty Max was barely hanging on to life, but in the end, of course, it is going to go in favor of Phoenix. The bomb gets defused. Robin has that AWP. He'll probably give that over to Crucial, you'd imagine. Another buy from SKADE. They're able to just keep it going. It's not great though, so I kind of don't like this. I'd rather see them take the eco and try and get the best buy possible rather than coming in with kind of a few galils and very little utility. But let's see. I mean, it might work out for them. If it does, there's not amazing money for Phoenix. They'll have to reinvest and probably will have a couple players on a weaker buy. So this is their opportunity. Let's see if it's going to work out. Crucial with the opening. Robin with a great nade. Doing quite a lot of damage. Takes down, I believe it was Raph too, and then also dropping Denny quite low. But they should be aware of the fact that Crucial's over towards long. Indeed, the angle's being held, but he's a bit too quick on the flick. Leaving only Rainwaker, as he did creep out onto the B bomb site. The only issue is the bomb up on A right now, and he didn't expect the player already to be flanked in through B water. So Surreal ready to cut him off, 13-9. And I think they have to finally take the eco here. Surely. I mean, not a full eco because they have the loss bonus going. They can get pistols and Kevlar and stuff, but just not spending everything. Make sure coming into this next round they're going to be able to get an op out if they want it onto Denny, get the rifles, make sure they have all the utility to give themselves the chance for the executes, and just to take map control early in general. Lads, you're feeding the troll in the chat. I like this from SKADE. They know that over the past few rounds, Phoenix have been getting aggressive in connector pretty much all the time. This time it's Thomas who's going to be playing around here. Crucial with the op, switching up towards middle. The flash goes in. The peek is perfect. As two players were blinded. Spellin will pull one back, but will they be able to get much else? Will the weapon be retrievable? Because Mighty Max is pushed up, but doesn't actually catch him crossing over the door. Instead, it's Surreal who takes Spellin down, leaving only Rainwaker outside Monster, Denny in connector. They're in a 2-on-4, and they do have one AK. Again, if they can get a couple kills, keep the money low for Phoenix, that would be nice. But the odds just continue to get worse and worse at this point. Then he gets one before going down, but Mighty Max spammed them down through the door in return. Double digits for Phoenix. Suddenly looking like a competitive game, despite the first half being far from that. Back on the op for Denny as I expected. Let's see if he's going to be able to find any openings with it. Was that? Yeah, I think that actually was. No, Rainwaker getting tagged down elsewhere. I wasn't sure if that was the op shot being connected there because Rainwaker lost a little bit of health. But that was elsewhere. It was Spellin who actually jumped across mid. So Crucial not doing any damage quite yet. Instead it's Robin who's pushed up on long. And they did only spot the one player crossing over, and not really much noise being made either. You can see Spellin just trying to sell out a little bit of a fake. The only thing is, Robin, he should be able to peek out from long soon and find the info that there's no one around here right now. As of course they begin to group up over on the B side of the map. That's what SKADE are doing. Outside Monster with 4 of their players, and then I believe that's Rockin just kind of in connector at the moment. And they're not being too quiet anymore. It's only really Rockin, I think, that's making a bit of noise. He got spammed down himself. Tried to start off the spam, I'm pretty sure, and ended up being the one that took the brunt of it, down to 1 health. Another smoke towards Monster, just under 50 seconds remaining. I think SKADE are going to have to just get going soon. You could see they were ready to push as soon as that smoke went away, but another one going down just completely destroys their plan. And nade as well in the hands of Surreal may do some decent damage. Yeah, Rainwaker down to 70, and Rockin still alive on 1, and Molotov goes down as well. This is the issue with just grouping up outside B. They didn't do anything to run the utility down. So the Molotovs, the smoke's just holding them off. It's just not looking good. I mean, eventually they do manage to actually get the trades to go in their favor, but look how little time they have. They just have to try and rush into the bomb site. The bomb was down. They line up for Surreal. Rockin's left on 1 health, and that's 11 for Phoenix. Rockin gets the op at least. Will he be able to save it, rather? He takes the peek. It's a little bit dangerous. Doesn't want to go down after time anyway. At least goes down before it. This is getting awkward for SKADE. A massive lead that they had at the halftime, the 11-4 to then 13-4, I believe, because they did also pick up the pistol round. It's just kind of falling away. Suddenly, Phoenix are on 11. There's 2 in the difference. You see SKADE left on an eco pretty much, apart from some pistols and Kevlar, and then Rockin actually buying into the AK. Ideally, he'll need 1 kill, or else they need a bomb plant so that he'll get the full buy in the next round. Otherwise, he'll be a little bit low on money. But here we go. 1 player again attempting to push out a Monster. I think they were planning to go together, but the Molotov going down, forcing Rockin forward and keeping the rest of them behind. Just kind of made it a bit too easy. Robin able to get a quick mow down of 2. Make it a third as well. Coming in from behind. Again, just kind of chilling outside Monster. They were not really showing presence elsewhere. It allowed for Phoenix to get aggressive and for SKADE not really to have the info about what was going on elsewhere on the map. Yeah, as you can see there, it's now been 8 rounds in a row from Phoenix. It was looking like an easy map win here for SKADE, I do have to say. Since swapping over to the CT side, Robin has started firing off. Mighty Max has been having some good rounds since the beginning. He had some great clutches over on that T side, of course. And Crucial, he's getting going a little bit now as well. But yeah, SKADE, of course, they've had a bit of a discussion now. The question is, what are they talking about? I'd imagine they're going to be talking about actually trying to take a little bit of map control, because so far they've been kind of just grouping up in one area and looking to try and poke and prod it, and giving up elsewhere just makes it a little bit too easy, especially with how aggressive Phoenix have been playing, because they've been going forward on A and realizing sometimes there's no one here, or going forward on B and realizing there's no one there, and just setting themselves up in positions for the flanks and just to control the map in general. So let's see. SKADE early on showed a little bit over towards B. Do now begin to group up around middle, leaving Raf2 to hold any rotations that might come in through connector. But for now, it's Phoenix just with a pretty standard setup. Thomas watching the bathrooms. He's going to be waiting to see if anyone tries to wrap in. And then you have the up on top of the box, I suppose. I've actually never really known what to call this exactly. But yeah, taking their time. I mean, they're using their utility to ensure that they're not going to be getting caught off guard by the op or anything flashing their way into the peaks, and using the Molotovs as well to clear out close angles. But now this is where it's going to begin. Thomas ready with 2 headshots. Steals away the bomb. Molotov goes down to stop anyone else from following it up anytime soon. It's Crucial, though, who needs to take this kill over towards Long, and he will with the headshot. Then he drops. Spellin eventually took 1 for SKADE, but that's it so far. 30 seconds remaining. They need to get that bomb back. It's in the hands of 2 players in the long bathrooms, and I'm not fancying their chances right now. Raf2's hoping someone will make a mistake, as is Spellin. He's holding for the rotation up through the CT spawn, but I mean, if they don't get this bomb quickly, then that's not going to matter. And as you can see, it's not looking good for Raf2 either. He's been taken low. Spellin, had the drop on Mighty Max and still wasn't able to get the kill. I don't know. SKADE just are looking flat on the T side right now. They've been, as I said, quite predictable. That round a little less so. They did throw the initial aggression over towards B, but once they started moving back up towards A, I mean, they weren't really being subtle about the fact that they were taking the control. Of course, there was the chance they could still go back down through connector, because they did have Raf2 holding that flank, so they knew no one was flanking through connector at least, but they walked into the A hold and just weren't able to overcome it. Quick mid-control is the goal right now, though, for SKADE. Smoke down on towards short. Crucial trying to play in front of it, only able to get 1 before he falls to the AK of Raf2, and we also seen Robin go down early on, so this is SKADE actually getting the man advantage to begin this round. I don't think we've really got to see them find this early on much. Thomas somehow able to spray down 2 before he gets dropped eventually by Spellin, but he's given hope to Phoenix to actually manage to recover this round. The 2-on-2, Mighty Max just trying to, I guess, stall for a little bit of time here from the steps as that flank comes in around from Long. It's going to be surreal, but he has quite a bit of a way to go. As I say that, the back exposed finds Denny. But Mighty Max also going down, so now it's the 1v1, and of course Spellin knows where the final player is coming in from. But he's gone ahead and actually gotten himself in a pretty good position. Up close on the long corner on the left side, I don't think this is going to be expected at all by Surreal. Smoke down towards the steps, Molotov in towards Banky, goes to clear out the truck first, unfortunately, and Spellin, of course, with the back exposed, not going to be missing those shots. Finally, SKADE are able to pick up another round. It brings them to 14, but they need to start chaining some together off the back of it, and they don't have good money, only living with 1 player. It means the weaponry here is going to be a little bit limited, potentially. You can see the Galil comes out for Denny, a UMP for Rainwaker. So there's still the chance for Phoenix to immediately come back again with a round of their own, because they had plenty of money to reinvest, but they don't have all that much left now. If they lose this one to try and keep themselves in the game, they would be on a little bit of a mix buy. The There is also the opportunity for SKADE to close this one out, which today would be it would be a relief for them for sure, because this has been a bit of a struggle. This is one that they do need. Had that 11-4 half, had that 13-4 lead, I believe, and it's gotten into just such a close position. SKADE right now favouring around the B side of the map, 2 players in connector, the rest of them looking to get the B water control, and we do see, again, aggression from Phoenix early on. Surreal, oh, there's a player up close behind the monster smoke as well. Oh, Raftu is not going to be happy with how that one went down. But SKADE overall have managed to recover. They've still managed to get themselves the man advantage, and have also got quite a bit of map control for themselves. But do they know Crucial's aggressive on mid? I mean, he's not being quiet about it, but I don't know if they were within range to actually hear that scope or to jump. So what is the plan? Sending some players back around in towards middle just in case there's someone aggressive. I like this. Crucial's going to have a tough time actually dealing with this right now. There's a couple players even gone around into the playground. Does he hear the footsteps is the question. He does eventually, but isn't able to get the flick. Was so close. Was actually in between both of them, I believe. But still, finding one, getting the info early on that this push is coming back up towards the A-bomb site gives the time for the rotations at least. At least for Thomas. Bit of a gamble leaving Mighty Max down there in case they did go back through connector. Let's see. Smoke and flashes over. Thomas gets caught blind. It still finds one. But I don't know if Mighty Max's chances are looking too great right now. 6 seconds left as that bomb starts getting planted, so plenty of time. As Mighty Max is going to be making his way up. Has the defuse kit. Also has a flash. If he places that well, he could catch Rockin off guard. And oh, I think he sees the shoulder right there. Yeah, Denny is in trouble. Needs his teammate to pop out and help him. And eventually he will. Unfortunately, only the shoulder was exposed, so it was actually a pretty good bait. 15-13, SKADE finally getting themselves map point here on Overpass. It's been a long time coming. It's still a pretty decent buy. Better than I thought it would be. Is there a gun on the ground for Robin is the question, because I think he was only rocking a USP right there. Having a look again at the scoreboard. Everyone doing a pretty good job. I mean, there's kind of 2 players or 3 players standing out over on either side. You see Spellin and Denny, the top performers for SKADE. Robin, Thomas, and Mighty Max all contributing. Mighty Max has been quite quiet. I think he's only gotten 1 kill in the past, like, maybe 5 or 6 rounds from what I've seen. So he's definitely cooled down a little bit. I don't think it's 5 or 6. I think it's past, like, 3 or 4 rounds. M4 on the ground there for Raf 2 anyway for the T side. So their only weak weapon actually being that Mac 10 in the hands of Spellin, and a FAMAS for Robin. So it's a pretty good buy here for Phoenix. They have the op to work with, most importantly for Crucial, because he has been crucial for sure with these opening picks, and he shows us again why. A little bit quieter overall here on Overpass, but still has the impact. Opening kill in favor of Phoenix, and with that now, we see SKADE actually just charging 3 players straight up long, sticking against the left wall so that they won't be heard by anyone who's up close in the bathrooms. But, oh, Robin eventually heard the footsteps getting close, but that was an awkward position to be in. Tried to take the jump peek just as they were coming up to the wall. Got a bit of info about at least 2 players, I believe. He was able to spot, so allows for Crucial to set himself up. All 3 of them coming in from long. And Thomas going to be able to mow one down alongside Surreal. Lots of damage being dealt out, leaving only Rainwaker. And I think he ran out of ammo. He was trying to pick up an AK for himself right there. Ends up just getting spammed away by the USP of Thomas. 1 more for overtime right now from Phoenix. And of course the buy is not looking too good for SKADE. They'll get what they can. It should be like a couple AKs, a couple Gilils, and a Mac 10. Actually, Spellin goes for the Krieg. Look how little utility SKADE have in this round. You don't like to see it. I do feel like overtime is looking quite likely right now. Oh, okay. Hang on, though, because the smoke's going down, the spam coming through them. Crucial remained aggressive. Actually manages to pick up a wallbang headshot there on the rock, and just as he was fading away, catches Rainwaker and the bomb. Oh, that is detrimental. Mighty Max pushes up over towards B. He manages to find Spellin lurking, and it's all on Denny. And looks like overtime now is going to happen unless a miraculous 1 versus 3 clutch is pulled off, and that's not allowed. Crucial closes it out, gets himself a triple kill. to confirm the overtime. Again, 11-4 at halftime in favour of SKADE, 13-4 then after they picked up the opening 2 rounds and a half, but just weren't able to close it out. Their CT side looked, to put it bluntly, abysmal. Let's see if they're going to be able to, or their T side rather. Let's see if they're going to be able to get it together now going into the overtime where at least the money won't be a problem. I mean, this has been a long day, as I said, coming into the best of 5, because SKADE had just played a best of 3 against Unique, which went all 3 maps and 2 of them went to overtimes. So coming into this best of 5, going a fairly long first map, because they were at first getting stumped before making a little bit of a comeback themselves. Having a good start here on overpass, letting it slip away, and now going into overtime, they're probably getting a little bit burned out by this point. I would imagine I would be. This is already their 5th map in a row, with the potential of 3 more, so could be a long day for them. Lots of typing in the chat. That normally means there's the countdown happening for going live. I don't know how long the countdown is here, so yeah, there we go. It definitely was the countdown because they were all equally spaced. As I said, no issue with money. It is only 10,000 though, so there is still the opportunity if you were to buy loads in these rounds. If you're going for the ops as well, maybe in the 3rd round, then you could be left with a weaker buy. But overall, it won't be as much of an issue as it was during the regulation, of course. No op for the T side. SKADE just go straight onto the rifles, so we must see a little bit of a quicker play from them. They're all overall a pretty slow-paced team. We've seen that from them back on Mirage and here on Overpass on both the CT and the T side so far. So they kind of just stick to the slightly slower paced initial aggression, at least to get some map control in towards B. Oh, that spam. Not quite on point, but it looked like it was. Tom's going to throw smoke over the outside monster, I believe. As a flash comes in as well to maybe try and catch anyone who could be pushed up aggressive on the other side of the smoke. Yeah, again, I mean, not a lot of map control being taken by SKADE. They get the B side of the map. They just have kind of spelling for now, holding around A, but they still have a decent amount of time. So they've got the option if they want to go back up and try and clear out the bathrooms and then commit to the A bomb site. For now, though, of course, it is a little bit of a gamble from the CTs having 3 up towards A. They've got Thomas, I believe that is, on the bomb site. Indeed, and then of course 2 players playing around long with the bait and switch. Having Robin up close on the corner, and then the op further back. But as you can see, a lot of presence right now actually being shown over towards B, so the rotation somewhat beginning to come down, and with that now the commitment actually being set up for A. Crucial was still ready. He hadn't left this bomb site. Able to get one, and oh, okay, up close on the truck it was Denny. He hit the bomb. If he went down, it could have got dangerous, and it still gets dangerous. Despite Crucial being quickly dealt with, there was a player over towards Long who pops out and just destroys it all. It was Robin picking up a hat-trick. 16-15, Phoenix pick up the opening round of the overtime and claim the lead for the first time, I think. I actually can't recall. No, not the first time, because they also won the pistol. I can't actually look at the scoreboard because we're on the clean feed, so I can't look at that and be like, oh yeah, they won the pistol. But they did win the opening pistol in the game. So it's not the first time they've had the lead, but the first time since the start, pretty much. Yeah, when I was looking at SKADE's previous results, overall they have been playing pretty well, taking down some strong teams. Took down Unique there just before this, of course. They had some wins over Pact and Ambush. But it seems like Phoenix is just a difficult matchup for them. That has been the case so far. Nice double kill from Crucial right there before going down, of course. It was a bit risky to stick around. Didn't have any help, unfortunately, from his teammates. Otherwise, it could have been more viable. Robin, though, catching one player creeping up long who wasn't at all cautious of the bathroom, so he got taken down immediately. Spellin gets dropped as well, and Rainwaker. He's caught sleeping back on the spawn, pretty much. The bomb's dropped under the control of Phoenix as well, just around the top of connector, I believe that is. So, yeah, the rotations have already come in. There's a player even getting aggressive through connector to try and actually flank him out right now. I don't imagine he's going to be able to get much done. Gets one kill before going down, at least. But, yeah, no, it's not really any sort of, not really any happiness to be found out of that at this point. 17-15, what was looking like a confirmed map win for SKADE pretty much is just somehow completely flipped. Robin, 29 kills, 11 assists. .29 for Thomas as well. He's also having a really strong game right now. Here we go, the pause being removed. SKADE needed to have a little bit of a discussion. May as well use it since you have it. I mean, final round of the half here. Phoenix looking for the flawless CT side. If that happens, then the best that SKADE will be hoping for will be a second overtime. So they need this round, and then they need all three on their CT side to take it here in overtime number 1. Of course, the lucky number being 19. That's the goal for both teams right now. Surreal, completely blinded, as was the first player who came out of connector, though. So Rockin wasn't able to do too much. Needed his teammates to come in and give the assistance, which eventually happened. Rockin then with a wall bang of his own on towards Robin. Opens up the B bomb site, but with the smoke still being down, they decide against committing off the back of it. And there was still 2 players here around B, so that was probably the best decision. Plenty of time on the clock for them to try and capitalize on this 2-man advantage, but as I say that, it does also still allow for Phoenix to potentially make some plays and recover the situation, which is exactly what Thomas does. Only finds 1, but still leaving 2 players on low health. 3-on-4 isn't terrible right now for them. It does seem like they still want to end this on B, but they do have Denny creeping up towards A long. He's just trying to see if he can sell a little bit of a fake, but there's no one on the A bomb site itself right now, so he potentially could just walk forward, take down the player on short, and they could make their way back up connector, but I don't know if that's going to be too viable. Denny now making his presence known, but they should be aware of the fact that it is only the 1 player, because, of course, right now, Crucial is still on short, or rather, Thomas. Oh yeah, no, it is Crucial. Couldn't tell the difference between the 6 or the 8, apparently. I am quite blind. Thomas, he lines them up on short for the headshots. And he even manages to find himself another there on the player coming out a monster. You've seen Denny, of course, was just trying to flank down through heaven, but they already knew he was coming in, so they weren't really giving him any openings. That had been called over by Crucial. Able to clean that up with a perfect CT side here in overtime. 18-15. It needs to be 3 in a row for SKADE just to keep themselves in their own map choice right now. It's looking like we are going to see Phoenix taking that 2-0 lead, rather, in the best of 5. And with Train coming up next, a map that we seen Phoenix take down SKADE on just a few days ago, it's worrying for them. Double up setup here coming out on the T side though from SKADE. I don't know if we've seen a double up setup on their from them on Overpass. We've seen quite a few back on Mirage. But it is Spellin on the secondary up. But it's the primary that's getting extremely aggressive right now over towards B. Denny able to get himself a second, flicking back around there, opening onto Crucial, which is an important one on its own, but being able to actually trade his teammate as that push came out through connector was massive. They're able to hold it down. It's the ops doing pretty much all the work for SKADE as Thomas gets left alone. Outside Monster spots the feet of the player crossing back over. I don't think his feet were spotted. So I think for now his position's still unknown. But I doubt he's going to be able to get much done from this. I mean, he may as well at least try and attempt it. They, of course, have plenty of money to reinvest in the next round. He's just hoping someone's going to make a big mistake and just push out and give him the opening that he needs to start going forward. But it doesn't seem like SKADE are really going to allow that to happen. They're playing this safe. They know what's on the line. Okay, there's the feet again. The only issue is, yeah, it's only feet, so he's not able to do a lot of damage. Gets a few shots off, and by that point already the player being shot at gets the move. So Rainwaker still alive. The up picked up for a couple of seconds. I was thinking maybe he could consider saving it, just because if it does end up going to the 3 rounds here to actually decide it, they could run a little bit low on money if they have to keep reinvesting into the op. But sticking around trying to see if he can maybe find a few more kills eventually goes down, and was also being flanked out, I believe. Two more for SKADE to take it into a second overtime. Continuing on with the double up setup, of course. Crucial being the only upper right now over on the T side, as you would expect. Ooh, Spellin trying to get aggressive with that peek on mid. I think he did tag down Mighty Max slightly. And it's Denny as well on the up. This probably won't be expected in Connector, considering they just showed the presence of one peeking on mid. But it doesn't matter. Surreal just pops out, rips his head off, and claims a nice little man advantage for Phoenix to work with. They spot out that second up as well, rather, over towards short, so they have a bit of info about what's going on. Smoke goes down. Pixel angle being taken by Spellin. Oh, that could be dangerous. Instead, going to be holding the angle in towards the bathrooms itself, but the timing, he kept flicking back and forth, and just as he looked away was when Spellin peeked out, rather, bringing it into the 5-on-3. There's still 2 players on the bomb site to hold it down. And if they can delay a couple of seconds, they should have another player to try and give the assistance. But as I say, that Surreal takes his second of the round. Up in the close corner, Rainwaker only able to get one before being dropped. And now it's all on Raftu to keep them in this 1 versus 3. Decent nade. That should do some pretty good damage, yeah. It hits Crucial right in the face, I believe, and drops him to 19. But the bomb has now been planted, and he's got 3 opponents to face off against. Oh, Surreal getting aggressive. I was going to say, Raftu was watching it. So if he got that kill suddenly, it's a 1-on-2 that's winnable. But